Wendy, come on up here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know Wendy Baker of Space Gems, is it Space Gem? Space Gem. Space Gem. I know this company. I sound like I don't, but I do. I've been buying these for a very long time. Wendy is a legacy operator. She's awesome.
Thank you.
Is this your first time up here?
This is my first time ever doing a speaker role. I've always wanted to do one.
How do you feel about it?
I'm feeling really blessed, and I thank you for picking me.
Oh, it was an easy choice.
Oh my God.
There was a lot of people applied. It wasn't really like an application. I don't think that sounds wrong, but like there was a lot of people that entered, and like I said, easy choice. You know, you have an incredible brand. You're from where this all began in Humboldt area, Humboldt County.
Yes.
Legacy brand operator, a woman. You know, not too many legacy. There's women in the space, and they're becoming more abundant, but legacy women in the space, there's like, what, 3 of you?
There's not many of us.
Yeah, there's not very many. Surprise, surprise, grower out there. And yeah, I mean, man, there's not that many. So like I said, it was an easy choice. Like, we love the legacy market. I'm a legacy operator myself, and you know, I love your products, Space Gem edibles. They're the first edibles that I know of that were made with water hash. Is that right? Do you think that too? Were you guys the first people making edibles that scale with water hash?
Yeah, I do feel like we were one of the first with all solvent, all ice water hash. Hash is like a big part of me.
Yeah, for sure.
I love hash.
Yeah, I love fucking hash. That's all I smoke.
I wouldn't have Space Jam without hash.
Also, one of the cool things that I know about you guys is that you don't use dyes, you don't use any like additives or fillers or anything like that. So that's a trend now that I see. But you guys have been doing that. How long has Space Jam been a brand?
Yeah, so we are on our 11 years. So we've been since 2013.
Let's go. That's very fucking inspiring.
Yes.
11 years is a long time.
And, you know, at first we did use BHO and we did use dyes and different things like that. But, man, Southern Humboldt, those people really make you correct. And I stood in front of my brand and they asked me questions I couldn't answer. And they said I could do better. And they helped me do better. And so I'm, like, super grateful of that. You know, they're like, you don't need these dyes. And I learned about the dyes. And this being vegan, having a vegan gummy because that gelatin smells horrible. It smells like hooves.
Yeah, your edibles, they taste the best to me too.
That's like what I really try. I want to eat them for the rest of my life. So I want that to like my customers or people that enjoy them to feel the same way.
All right, we got right into it, but let me pull up my thing and then we'll start start from the beginning. Let me see 1 second.
Thank you for coming to the
Yeah, thank you guys for coming. Very important that we, we practice what we preach, and representation for not just my homies that I bring up here all the time, but the women, the other legacy operators, everyone. So we love to see it. So yeah, for those of you just sitting down, this is Wendy Baker. She is the owner and founder of Space Gem Edibles. We love Wendy, we really do. Wendy, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
You brought the girls out, too. You know, I'll tell you the truth. All my talks are usually dominated with men.
The sausages.
Yeah, wow. I don't know. That's edit
it.
that out. No, it's okay. You can say whatever you want up here. I'm the most cancelable guy ever. So tell us a little bit about where you're from.
Okay, I'm originally from the south side of Chicago. I moved out to Humboldt County when I was 21 years old. And just to be a part of the cannabis community. And that's what's up. I was a grower. First started with like 2 lights, moved up to 4 lights, 6 lights, and then 12. I was an indoor grower, and that's how I started with Space Jam. I just had weed, and I was part of the community, and I love hash, absolutely love hash. Like, I would not be where I am without the getting really, really high all the time.
We love hash.
And, yeah, I just can't,
Yeah.
Gets me excited. And so the vision just expands into edibles because I was always around all guys, and I just make little candies, and the whole dab rig and the torch and like all those like accessories and stuff. You get nervous, you get too high. Yeah, but I love making edibles.
It is a very unapproachable thing to dab. Like in the beginning, when you'd go to someone's house and they would have like, I started fucking dabbing like very early, and like you couldn't get like a creme brulee torch from fucking Bed Bath and Beyond. You had to get like a propane thing that was like this tall, and you could fucking build a NASA spacecraft with. So I think that's an interesting thing. I think it was very unapproachable at that time.
I guess unapproachable. I guess that's true. So maybe I was doing knife hits while you were doing that torch thing.
No, yeah, I'm older than you, by the way.
I know you're not.
Yes, I am.
No.
But no, you're right though. I mean, even knife hits are pretty not. They're unapproachable too. You know, like this is crack.
It does look like crack. You're with the straw.
Yeah, if a cop ever came into your house and you had a fucking torch and like a rig at that time, they'd be like, "What in the fuck are you making?"
I don't know though. Like with the dab rig though, and like the metal plate, just the whole dab revolution and stuff. Just glass is a huge part of my story also. Just seeing all that too. Yeah, I mean, people did say like, "What is she doing? Is she smoking crack?" And no, I was just getting high on some BHO. And then ice water hash, rosin. I mean, just the ice water hash, like why I didn't like to dab it that much because you had to press it and then cut it. It was like a whole thing.
Yeah,
just
for
that
sure.
whole like
flag it out.
flag it out, and then like dip, and then sometimes it wasn't too hot because before you had like thermometers and stuff. People have it easy now.
Yeah, they do, for
I
sure.
know.
Puffco. But that's better because, I mean, it's introduced, like Puffco specifically, they've introduced a whole new audience to be able to dab. And I think hash and rosin and extracts in general have really benefited from so many new customers. So you were doing indoor at first. Was the indoor biomass what made the first, like, space gem? Or was that, how did that come about?
Yeah, I feel very fortunate to like live in Humboldt, and because we were all indoor growers, and obviously we would all have to sell our weed together, and we would always level up, you know. And I started going to High Times and all these different things, so I saw where the industry was going, and I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to have a booth like behind, and I wanted to stand there and like represent Humboldt because I didn't see many companies representing Humboldt, and it was just like, a big passion of mine. And I was like, dude, we grow some of the best weed, and we can take this weed and put it into hash and then put it into a little candy. So when I go to a PTA meeting, I don't have to be in the parking lot dabbing. I can just like take a little candy and just make it through and show up. I'm sorry, but I have a kid. So that is really what I had to do.
Shout out to stoner parents, man.
Shout out to stoner parents. And I want to show up and be a part of the community and like do my best and like give back, you know? And it takes like, I mean, life is hard sometimes, man. And just to be able to like shake off the day or some road rage driver or a bill I can't pay, like, and you still got to show up because those people still need you, you know? 99% of life is showing up. So however you show up, you still show up high, you're still showing up. You know, as long as you give back and you care, and I think that too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I would take the flower and turn it into hash, and and then I was really grateful just because I thought I love indoor weed, you know, soil grown. I do have to say that too. I do see a lot of sun-grown farms and greenhouses, but just being from Northern Humboldt, that's not what I was around. So I was more around indoor. And I just was like, dude, this flower looks so beautiful. And we had amazing strains. I mean, it was like, just amazing strains, amazing for hash production. And I just was like, dude, if we can just take that and put it in the candy, and then all these other people's candies taste like shit. And I don't want people to eat something that tastes like shit or like tastes like flower or leaf.
Yeah, nobody wants edibles that taste like
No.
weed. I don't think I've seen some companies try and do that. And it's like, bro, people don't really want like the natural taste of the weed. They want to smoke that. They don't want to like taste it when they eat, especially gummies that can have like a texture that tends to kind of stick around in your mouth.
I know that like lingers. Like, how do you do that? I mean, that's not.
Do you you no longer grow? Is that right?
I no longer grow. That was like a big thing just for me growing, just because I was a girl, and I would basically have to take my weed to a guy, have to call a guy, the girlfriend, obviously, there's always the girlfriend, and not always approve of me calling them to ask them to sell my weed. That's like a total story too, you know, and like the other side of the woman's version. And, you know, if like you lose your buyer, you lose your buyer, you know, and then you have to ask your friends, and sometimes situations work out and sometimes they don't. But I was like probably one of the only girls in that group, and I was just over trying to sell my weed and beg them, even though my weed looked good. Sometimes it didn't. I will admit it. It's like weed. It grows every 3 months, like new harvest, life's doing good or life's doing bad. But I realized if I just made candy, everyone would eat candy, and the girl won't be mad at me. The guy won't be mad at me. Everyone would eat
just candy.
And like get high, and the girlfriend's happy, and the guy's not like annoyed that I'm calling him. It feels like he's doing me a favor or something. And even though he's making money off of it, whatever. It's like a little power play.
Yeah,
that happens to me.
I
don't know.
When I was thinking about this last night and then like trying to frame it out a little bit, and I was thinking about the fact that there's not a lot of women in legacy cannabis, like especially at the in the rec market. I thought actually I'm wrong because there is. It's just they weren't the front. They weren't the shadow. They were in the shadows, taking care of the fucking house and the kids while the fucking dude was out road running and dropping off cash. So. Shout out to the real legacy players out there. Because I thought about my own baby mom. I'm like, oh, you know what? Actually, yeah, that's true. There's a ton of legacy. They just weren't the front of it. They were taking care of the other shit that had to be taken care of, or the other thing couldn't happen.
And I was in the front of it too. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been.
You were a little both.
Person. Yeah, I wish I both, but. Yeah. Well,
but yeah, that is interesting, though. I know it is. I've never thought of it that way. That it is kind of, probably a little more difficult to be like a woman doing shit because you got to call these guys and their wives. I had a big customer when I was a little younger. It's like 10 years ago, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come up, man, and grab some shit." And I was like, "Oh yeah, no problem." Pull up, and I got to my house. I got home from the office, and there was like a very beautiful girl waiting in my driveway, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he ended up sending his wife, so I had to go in the house and like explain to my fucking like, oh, this is my, it's my her husband or it's her girlfriend, whatever it is, And my girl's just looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, see, exactly.
So yeah, that's
see, I'm having
unspoken.
Unspoken is definitely like an unspoken thing that happens.
Yeah. Do you guys source the hash for Space Jam now or?
Yeah, so we've been working with Have Hash, which I'm super grateful with, and like
yeah, we love Have Hash.
It's like so amazing. He's been working with the Mendeja Farms and stuff, and the stuff has been coming out so fire. Our FedEx driver just sits in front of our place and gets high, just like because we decarb, and you can smell it all throughout the street. And they like sit there for a minute. We're like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm just smelling. It smells so good." And I was like, that's what's up, dude.
That does rule.
That's what's up. That's when you know the hash is on point, dude.
Do you use specific? I know your edibles themselves aren't strain specific, but do you find yourself gravitating to like specific strains of hash for your edibles?
Oh my God, that's a great question. So, not really, because we just get whatever Have Hash is making, so that's what we get.
Well, that's always good. So it's
always good.
Yeah.
And so we just are unrevealing here at Hall of Flowers that just the sativa indica hybrid thing, we're doing like a little twist on it with the mushrooms. So we're sativa ones are made with lion's mane because it's you can focus and it gives you that high. And then we have cordyceps for hybrid, and then we have reishi for indica,
That's
and
awesome.
then turkey tail for like a 1-to-1 CBD. And this is like a different spin because I don't want to lie in front, and I really feel like I just want to keep the truth and not the whole thing of finding one strain and finding like a little bit of other strains and stuff. I think the strain specific has worked, but we don't have a farm that we work with to make that strain specific and to make it consistent.
Yeah, that's very hard for sure to have one you'd have to have a big facility to have like the availability of one biomass that you always want to make with your edibles.
Yes.
So you're using different, in this case, mushrooms.
Yes.
To
with the
provide those feelings that people are kind of looking for. What do you think about indica sativa hybrid like as a construct?
I think it's like not correct with edibles. I just don't think it's like such a minuscule amount just the way your body like ingests it. It just is not like the head high,
Right.
And
especially with hash. I mean,
especially with hash, and it's already like not. Yeah, we already decarb it, so I don't know how like more terpenes could be in it. We already decarb it, and so when we put it into the pot,
I've always been a little apprehensive about strain-specific edibles. Like I kind of understand. I mean, I understand like what they're getting at, but I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know if there's like really strong science behind it.
I think that different, cannabinoids and like
Definitely.
can help with different things. And as the research is going on, I think that there will be a point of that. But it also is like the point of the harvest. So I think that that's another good point. Is like, like is the harvest good this time? Is the harvest not good this time? Did they come? Yeah. Did it go all the way to full term?
Yeah, full term is important.
And that's like another thing. It's not just biomass, But I do think the cannabinoids are there, so I would like to see that research more, just because we can see different cannabinoids in different hashes that we get. What comes up. So that's really interesting to us.
When you
and we
test
really
them, do they come up differently?
Yeah, they do, and we try to test. We trust everything, obviously, but we're keeping a record of all of it, just so we have data to go back off of.
Right.
But I will say, when we put the mushrooms with the hash, it like it was a cold pot. Like the pot boiled, and it's called a compound reaction. My friend Ali told me, and it was like basically. It was a party. Like they were happy to be together. I just really want to say, like, that was like, it just was like a feeling of like, this is the way this needs to go. You know what I mean? And like, I'm doing the right thing, because it took a lot for me.
Do you ever put like the sick kind of mushrooms in your edibles and make a little mix?
Oh my God, I do not do those mushrooms. I do those personally, but I just have not put those into my candies.
My friends at Sacred Fruits, they make a mushroom edible
Yes.
gummy blend that's really cool. It's cool.
I think
Feels
it's
good.
awesome. I mean, you never regret taking mushrooms.
Yeah, I take a mushroom mix every morning. It's called Harrison Laird's Ultimate Mushroom Mix, and it's like lion's mane, cordyceps, all the ones you just listed.
Oh yeah, it's
Turkey
so
tail,
important. It really helps with your brain.
Oh my God, it
and
does.
Stay sharp and stuff. Yeah.
If I don't take it now, like I feel fucking brain fog. Like I don't feel at 100%.
I know, and I'm just trying to be able to be my best self and to be working at 100%.
That's all.
Represent. That's all.
Yeah, that's all we can really do.
Yeah, totally. And I do take mushrooms too in the morning. It does help.
Yeah, I love all kinds of mushrooms. It ain't really any drug. If you guys have drugs out there, you can come. I'll put them. We'll take them. Only natural ones though.
Only acid.
Oh, for sure. Literally. It's so sick now to see where like real drugs have come, because everything's packaged like weed now. Like you could get the sickest fucking acid bash.
The acid spray.
Acid spray. There's Trip Tax, which is like looks like a Tic Tac container. It's fully, it's great.
Yes, we have to expand our minds.
Yeah, for sure. When was there ever a point in Space Gems where you're like, I know, cannabis is oppressive and brutal, and we're all fucking like, damn, what are we gonna do? This sucks. But was there ever a point what was the point in your career, I should say, in the lifespan of Space Jam where you're like, oh shit, okay, this is working?
I feel like it's just kind of crazy. I couldn't believe, like, I was making candy in my home for like over 3 years. Like my whole front house, like my kitchen was like all like a factory of Space Jam. I'm super grateful for it. And I knew I had to keep leveling up. I mean, I basically went from my home to a trailer to a room in a facility, and then a little 1,000 square foot kitchen. And now, then we went to a 4,500 square feet, and now we have a whole 10,000 square foot building.
Wow.
But we don't use that whole 10,000 square foot building. We just got it. Like, we just had to kick the other people out. They were losers.
Oh my God.
So, like, so now we have the building. And, and it's like, I think that it just kept leveling up. I mean, people just say that, like, your tenacity, I just couldn't give up. People just kept emailing us, and I was like, this world needs Space Gems, and if I don't do it, who else is going to do it?
Yeah,
it's just like,
sure.
there's nothing else like a Space Gem, and I just kept on that momentum, and I don't know, Colleen, I guess it was, did like a lot of work on myself, like A Course in Miracles. I did 3 times. It's a year program of just like conquering fear every single day.
Wait, tell me more about that. What is that?
It's called A Course in Miracles, and it's basically we all like it gave me a purpose. It's like how to be a service to the universe. That was like my whole thing when I started. I was probably like I couldn't sell my weed. It was just like writing, journaling, dabbing a lot. That's when dabs come in. And you just elevate, and you're just like, how can I just work through this shit to like be of service? And that was like really my goal. And I'm really grateful for A Course in Miracles. I feel like I still read it on Instagram. It does go to like the Jesus Christ thing, but I just go to universe. That's just what I say, and just like, how can I be my best self?
Yeah,
That's
man. I
what's
mean,
up.
you got to find a purpose. That's pretty.
Yeah, you got to find a purpose, and it makes you happy, right?
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah.
I love my job.
Oh, do we all? I mean, if you're here now listening to this, you're kind of like in probably some way a job at this, and like it's very easy for me. I mean, I do all the time, but then little things will remind me to forget. Like we're really doing this shit. Like we're really like working in weed at like a high level. Like this is what we. You know, when I was stealing fucking magazines from Barnes & Noble, like stealing High Times, I was like, there's no fucking way this shit's ever going to be legal. And now here we are, and it's like, this sucks. You know, I mean, I wake up every morning, I'm like, fuck, weed sucks, but...
Do not wake up that way.
I know, but, you know, it's fucking, I'm just... but anyway, you know, it is something to be extremely grateful for, that we get to work with the plant and work in this environment where we don't really have to, like, there's no real rules. I mean, you know.
No, there's no. It's just like what you can challenge yourself to, you know, and uplift everyone else. I have like a whole team that I have to take care of. I mean, I had to run payroll this morning, you know, and just like stay on top of all this stuff too. And we're a small team, but we're still great. I'm so grateful to still be here. I mean, I had the vision that I would still be here, but I didn't know how it would work. And I've been through some hurdles, been through some bumps, but I made it through, and I still own my company.
That's really cool.
You know, and so that's not, you know, and I haven't slapped my way up.
That's what it's all about.
So I just want to say that too.
Oh my God. How many employees do you have? No, dude. Yes, we love these people. Love you, man. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I'm living proof of that because I'm still up here. This is my 4th time.
Oh my God. Yeah. So I think right now I have like 8, 9.
Wow,
I have a small team. And like we all work really.
They all
really
grind.
They will all grind, and they all do it because they like love. Yeah, they love what they do. And I'm so grateful. We have been through hell last year. We went through a lawsuit and stuff, and we just came out of it, and just all this other stuff. And just my dad passed away, and just healing. Like, grief is a hell of an emotion. And sometimes we work so hard, we forget who the fuck we are. Like, I didn't even know what food I liked. I didn't even know who I was,
That's
you know?
true as hell.
And so I just had to, like, remember that and just take what's, like, important to me and just, like, focus on that and heal. And then, like, finish the lawsuit and then be like, boom. Here we are, and now I can expand, and now I can grow again. It feels so good to be here, too, because, like, I haven't been able to do that, and I feel like I'm back. My friend JoJo took a picture of me, and I was like, I'm back. She took a picture of me during it, and I was, like, dead. I had, like, no soul in my eyes or anything. It was just hell. Stress gets to you, you know?
Yeah.
We all have to lift up out of it. You'll get through it, but you don't know in that moment.
That's funny because, like, no one ever could. I mean, maybe, like, your closest friends would have known, but, like, I see you pretty often, and I never would have known that that's how you feel. So I think that's, like, one of those things that you kind of internalize more than the other people see because you're always smiling. You're always a ray of sunshine, you know?
Oh,
so,
my God. Well, thank you. That's what my dad said.
Yeah, it's true, though. It's just funny how like we all kind of go through internal shit, and then you come out here, you come to these events, and you kind of forget about it a little bit. But you know, people can't tell, and like just being able to come to work and put a smile on when it's work, you know, air quotes, but and put a smile on is fucking half the battle. Like you said, it's just showing up. So
it's just showing up, yeah. And even like my work, like I have to eat edibles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I have to get really, really high. There are moments where it gets way too much.
Oh, edible high too. You know the Delta 9 converts to like T8 Delta 11 or something in your liver that's like 10 times more powerful. Is that right?
Yeah, totally. And like when you just because I have no idea, but the freshest, like right when it comes out, the gem is the freshest and you get the highest. Like I don't know what's
fresh
like
gems.
The fresh, if like the gummy's still hot, and it's like, and you taste it because you're excited because you're like, oh, it's a new flavor, or this or that, and then you're like, you know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes later, you're like, fuck, that was a fresh one. I ate way too much. You know?
I love getting high off edibles. I take one every night. I used to do the Space Gems every night, and then I started just doing CBN ones. I don't think you guys have a CBN, or you have the rope.
Yeah, we have the rope, and now we have those gems. Yeah,
oh, you have CBN gems?
Yeah, that's what we're releasing here.
Nice.
A little
good call.
I think
love
CBN
that.
CBN is so good. I mean, we all need to.
It really is. It's so good. I've taken CBN every day for years, like a couple of years now.
Yeah, because sleep is big. Like, how do you turn off the brain? I
Yeah,
mean,
my
I know
brain
you're
doesn't.
everywhere. You are everywhere.
Yeah, my brain doesn't turn off.
Yeah, I know. I do have to do meditations. What do you do?
I do like this green noise shit that like kind of helps, but really like if I wake up, like one thing that happens to me a lot is that my kid will come get into bed with me at like 3 a.m,
Totally.
and I'm fucked. Like I'm up now because my brain just doesn't shut off, and it's not. it's good and it's bad. Like my creative process is like a little different than like a lot of people's, and that is how it is. So like what'll happen is I'll wake up and be like, oh shit, good idea. And then I'll text Curtis or whoever, like I'll write it in my notes at like 3 a.m, like, hey, I want to do this. And then the next day I'll follow up like, dude, you know, it's fine. That they've learned to work with me like that. But yeah, my brain doesn't shut off. It's tough. So the CBN, man, it works wonders.
Yeah, totally. That's called like aha moments. I guess that's like gifts from the universe giving down to you at 3 a.m. and that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. That's a cool. Name
They're
for
called
it.
aha moments.
Yeah. I ate a whole, I didn't realize the rope. I had the rope and it got me fucking super high.
Oh my God.
I was too high for sure, but it was good. I mean, it was fine. But sometimes edibles give me that kind of high that I don't really want to be if they're too highly dosed.
Yeah, like sometimes I'm like in Star Wars on one of those ships, dude.
Yeah, I know for sure. Exactly. What's your constitution like of your employees? Do you like hire more women or like do you not care or?
I don't really care. I just want a good group of people that we all work together.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I think that's the most
like,
important thing.
That's like the most important thing. And, you know, we go through phases in and out of like more men, more women, you know? But it's usually like a balance for sure.
Yeah.
And I just want people that come and have passion and love their job. You know, this is not just like a regular job. Like people are telling us how much space they need space gems. They need it for like Lyme disease or they just need it to get through the day or depression or like so many things. And I just want people to love their job.
Yeah, no shit.
And it's like
yeah, we have a ton of women, and that's
life.
Good. They're good.
Push life.
We need more women in the industry.
We need more women
My
in this.
head of marketing is a woman. Our CFO is a woman, and my entire team. I really run in 3 main parts of the organization, which is R&D, product, and marketing. The entire marketing team is women, and the entire product team is too. So. That's pretty. I don't hire people. I don't even think of anything like that. But it's cool. I mean, you guys provide a much needed balance to kind of like the masculine industry, you know, which is interesting because the plant's a female. It's like I don't really understand how this like kind of dichotomy has emerged, but it's nice to have women around and just to make fucking hard decisions that you don't really need to make.
Or yeah, the decisiveness, I know. Or like the other side of it, you know? There's like 2 sides. I feel like just to be kind also. Some men are like hardcore, like, no, let's just do this. Well, if we do that, what about this? Or
yeah, the way that
another way, you know?
In this industry especially, I think a lot of people's messages get lost in like how they communicate it, and I think females are just better at doing that.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for like our 7-page emails. I appreciate it to explain ourselves.
Yeah, you know it's funny. We don't do that at our company because we hired somebody and they were writing very long emails, and Caleb was like, "Yo, fuck this email shit. Like, don't you dare send me 6 paragraphs. I'm not reading that." So we do a lot of meetings, which is another issue, but you know, better than emails, I think.
I mean, meetings. I love meetings too, but it's hard to get my attention. I do have ADHD, so.
Oh, for sure. I just get high during those meetings.
I'm really trying to come it together.
I know. I feel you on that because it's tough. In this day and age, there's so many things that are begging for your attention, especially when you're, leading a company. And it's like, how do you just turn those things off and fucking focus on the task at hand? You know, how do you? I mean, is it always the space gems, or how do you turn the outside world off and focus on your tasks at hand when you are working and trying to get things done?
Yeah, it's definitely like a struggle, I will say. I would rather just be like running around and doing sales and doing things like that. And it's really hard for me to do like work, like write emails, and ChatGPT is amazing, I will have to say. And but I have to still run my company and get money and those things. So I do have like, I go in for 3 days. I take off for 3 days and like work at home because I homeschool my son. And then I also go into the office for Thursday and Friday. That's basically the best thing I can do. And then prepare them on Saturday and Sunday for their work on Monday. So
that's your work schedule.
That's my work schedule
from home
right now.
on Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday you go to the office.
Yeah, and like because you have to, because I have to just sit there and focus and like packaging design or anything like that. I just have to focus, and I can't have anyone talking to me.
Do you design the packaging?
I work with my girlfriend Shalise. She's done our packaging, and so we work together on that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
you like creative direct it?
Yeah, totally. And she owns like a Humboldt houseplants, like a little houseplant shop, and that was
cool.
her thing. She started in my packaging. And then I took her to our first Hall of Flowers, actually. And then she's like, let me do this. And she basically learned Adobe and all those things.
Wow,
and
that's
has
impressive.
taken it. If like all those TikToks I do, that was all on her. And so it's pretty amazing and pretty incredible. Some people just got it. Some people just have it in them, and they can just
Definitely.
like show that. And we work really good together. And she's like, I can only do this for you. So I'm really grateful.
I will say that is kind of a drawback for me for working with all women, because a lot of the times they're like, hey, you should do this TikTok. And I'm like, I'm not doing TikToks.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
I'll do some shit like you guys have probably already seen, but not TikToks.
At the TikTok.
But they work though, right? I mean, dude, TikTok is a huge platform, and like if you can do things that are not weed on it, like that's huge. That's a big ass audience. So
It's a huge ass audience, and I just want to say, like right now, I'm just being completely raw, so I hope you guys can understand that.
no, we love this. This is,
Okay,
dude,
cool.
you're overthinking it, by the way.
Okay,
You just
cool.
you're way
So I'm
overthinking it,
about
but
to
you're
say something
killing it though.
controversial. Like, so I see these OnlyFans girls, and basically they have TikToks to go to their page. And
Yeah,
I think
smart.
it's fucking genius. And they do these little dances, and then it's like, click the link. I've never clicked the link, but I do follow some of them. It's not just to be like, oh, this is how you're getting advertising. That's how Sophie Brain made $6 million in a month.
Yeah,
Like,
that
that's
shit's
fucking
crazy.
to me. And I'm like, whatever, everyone hustle. I'm all about it. I don't, no judgment, because that's not my cup of tea, but that's okay. I just am like, whoa, so we have to do that. I do feel like just because we are such a small brand, like we have to do these things to get people educated in a small team and how to grow. And that's how we're going to grow, is doing like TikToks or Instagrams. And
Definitely. Social media.
people, in the shops will see that, be like, oh, I just saw that little, I look crazy on one TikTok thing, so.
No, TikTok's great. I think just like I said, there's so many people on that. Instagram at the beginning, when we were all kind of using it at the start, wasn't moderated, so you could just kind of do whatever the hell you wanted. But now all these platforms are pretty moderated, except for Twitter, which I do suggest that companies start on Twitter. It's fertile right now. It's a hotbed for cannabis activity.
Oh man, Twitter. So Elon Musk.
I know, what a fucker, huh?
Dude, so Elon Musk like retweeted me during the fight night. I don't know. Do you know this?
No.
Oh my God. So, dude, I was just like, as a woman, I was having a hard time. My distribution like wrote a crazy letter. Just basically was like, we're dropping Space Jam and we don't know where they're going. Fuck them for doing that, I just want to say. And so then I was just having a crazy week. And in that week, we had to like load up on Nabis and work really hard. And I had a really crazy experience too with someone not helping me. And then all of a sudden, I bought in celebration a Roomba and going to Costco. And in Costco, I'm on my way back, and all of a sudden my phone's going off. And I'm like, what the fuck? So right before fight night, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, Elon Musk, like investor into some of his things, got Space Jams. And there's an Elon Musk quote in our things that has been there for like over in our warehouse probably for 3 years, when we thought Elon Musk was cool after I first drove his Tesla.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just happened to go right before the election. That's just like how it happened. And we got so much controversial things for it.
Wow.
And
What did he say about them?
so basically the guy, it just said like something about the, I don't know, long-term grudges or bad to hold or something like that. And then the guy posted, was like, look at Elon Musk. And then Elon Musk retweeted it true. And it was like 88 million views.
Wow.
So then my Twitter became all MAGA people. And I'm going to say I'm a Jewish single mom. That's all I'm going to say. So that's my political view.
Yeah, we're not. I will completely fucking avoid this, but I do want to say one thing about it. It is interesting how many MAGA people there are in the cannabis space, considering where we all came from. But anyway, moving on.
I just want to say that.
Yeah,
It was crazy, and it went off. Like, it was crazy how it went off. It was nuts, man.
Yeah, no, Twitter is cool. It's very. A lot of the players are starting to move there. It's just a little bit different, but I think you would do well on Twitter. You have a lot of cool opinions and
yeah, it's
stuff
just like,
to
how do you
say.
get that algorithm? Like, I was like kind of struggling with that, but yes, I have to refine it. Take a little break. I'll be back.
What I find is
Maybe
that
I'll post
people are like trying to use it the same way they did Instagram, which is like, oh, here's a picture of weed or here's a picture of a jar. So
That is what
where
I'm doing.
the
It's
Twitter
not good.
users shine is when you have a good personality. So that's why I think that you could probably do pretty
Okay,
well.
you
there.
can make jokes and stuff.
Yeah, you make jokes, exactly.
Totally.
Yeah, I got banned for telling somebody to firebomb a politician's house. So, but I'm back now. But that's the type of shit that gets you engagement on Twitter.
See, we are talking about this stuff.
I know it's so natural. That's where it always goes. I mean, at the end of the day, the world's in a fucked up place, so it devolves into where you go and where you talk about it. But so do you want to talk about what happened with the distribution company? Because I remember us talking about that, and I think it's maybe important to tell people.
It's just I think at the end of the day, just if you have a brand, you have to have your own sales.
Yep.
You have to have your own sales, and you have to have your own money, and you have to have control of it. And some of these distributions are not your friends, and you really just have to control your own growth. And some people, man, they're haters, and they try to control your growth, and that's like a real big thing. You know what I mean? And so, one distribution owed us a lot of money, and basically I had to sue them and walk away with not much anything.
But you guys won.
Building. I won a building. I won my building, and so I kept getting kicked out all last year, and so they had to leave, and so now we have the building. And then the other distribution was just like, it was just not the right fit. Sometimes this is not the right fit, and that's not the best thing. And it's crazy when you are. I feel like if I was a man, I wouldn't have been treated the way I was. And I've also had to do a lot of growing up of like holding people accountable and like learning how like it's not all rainbows and unicorns, you know, and like I had to grow up too, and
definitely
learn that people don't always have like the best heart for you. You might have the best heart for them, but people are fucked up, like the way they think. I live in a small town, so I'm just not as used to it, but I'm just healing and just trying to keep the path forward and keep it moving.
Yeah, the distros, the people that had the money to really like open up these big distribution companies were definitely not like legacy operators. I don't know of one legacy operated distribution company, but the reason I say that is just because I think like, we're not the easiest to work with either.
No, that's true too.
So like you have to kind of like meet in the middle, and that's where like the real, the magic happens is when you can meet in the middle with them. But for the most part, they were all just pieces of shit, and they opened up fucking distribution companies because they had money and they knew how to do it logistically. And now, I mean, it's pretty much sorted itself out. I think like the ones that are still left are kind of good, and the ones that are gone, like they were gone for a reason.
Yeah, totally. I'm like super grateful for like we're on Nabis now, and it's like
Nabis is a good one.
It's a good one. It's
and
a good
KSI,
platform.
I think too. That's another.
KSS, yeah.
KSS, there we go.
Totally. We just couldn't go to another because I haven't been a sales.
Oh yeah, because that's right. Yeah.
So I'm trying to like not be in a portfolio with all the other brands because that's what I've done forever, and just try to heal and like work on my whatever. However this goes this year, take the time to heal, and then. I opened new partnerships next year, but I got some healing to do, so I'm not an asshole,
Yeah, for sure.
Or
I totally get it.
People say I have high expectations, and really I just want to be treated like a human. So.
Well, we should all have high expectations.
We should.
That's kind of like a compliment in a weird way.
I know, that's what they say. Your expectations are too high. I'm like, well, get up earlier. I don't know what to fucking do.
No, for sure. I mean, exactly. Like, how can your expectations be too high?
Dude,
where can people find your products? Like, what are your top stores?
Oh my God! Well, obviously Catalyst.
Yeah, we love Catalyst. We love Elliot. Elliot's fucking dude. He's going so hard. It's crazy. It's very inspiring to me.
It's very inspiring. I think we've talked about it before like a couple times, and we see what he's doing, and it is really inspiring because it keeps it's making us be better too.
Yeah, that's right.
Because man, I know that guy goes through hell sometimes.
Oh yeah, he does.
But
I think he also kind of likes it.
I think he likes it. I think you have to enjoy that.
Yeah, you do for sure.
The rough climb, I got told. So.
Yeah, Elliot is an investor in our company, and he has been since early on, and he's great. But yeah, you see what he goes through. It's not easy to. It's cool that he like puts it out there. Like this isn't what he's going through is. Not uncommon. I mean, maybe the way he handles it is, but it's not uncommon to go through what he goes through, and so it's cool to see him like kind of publicizing it, Yeah,
because we think it's like only him, but then once you get to that level, you're like, oh no, it's all. No.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, really, I fucking give a lot of credit to Caleb because he always keeps his cool, but like the type of shit that he has to deal with is like, he could be out there Ellioting.
Elodine. That's gonna be like a new verb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're found all the way through California. Super grateful for Navis for letting us do that.
If somebody wanted to leave right here and go get a Space Jam, where would they go?
I think Embark. I think we're in Oxnard.
Oh, Embark's great.
Yeah. So Embark is like a wonderful partnership that we've had since the beginning when they started opening and stuff. I really have been around for 11 years. So like a lot of the stores. Stuff. So.
Yeah, we started at the same time. I remember going to like the events and you being there. This is our
my God, the Barbary
11th
Coast.
year.
That's
yeah,
what
Barbary Coast. That was really cool.
T-shirt. I still have it.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I've been a fan of your work for a long time.
You gave me a hot dab too.
A hot one?
A hot one, yeah, with like the thing. I know it burned my throat. I was like the only girl there. I remember that Barbary Coast.
I know exactly what you're talking about because we had a consultant come to that and he hit a vape pen, like somebody's vape pen in there, and he passed out. And he had to fucking go off in an ambulance.
Oh my God, I know. I feel like that is the
yeah.
Oh my God, only one. I've never had an ambulance, but I did have a person have to have their wife. A lot of people's wives have to pick their husband.
See what I mean? It's the shadow Hokage, if you know, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's like the shadow CEO. The women in lives are always like the ones really doing it, but the guy's like, okay, you can go out and enter the world, young man.
Yes.
Are you working on any new products?
So obviously we just launched these 6 new SKUs. So
tell me about them.
So there's like the mushroom gummies and stuff, and then we're also doing a 100 milligram disc.
Nice.
Which is like crazy because my team members like made it, and I was like, we're not gonna do 100 milligrams. It's not gonna taste the best, but we did a whole flavor survey last year, so we really dialed in our flavors, so we knew what flavors to use. And it tastes like bomb with half hash. It's like also made it amazing. And yeah, so we have like 100 milligram disc coming out. It's 9 grams of gummy. So people who like are trying to be health conscious with their weight, they can get that and get super high.
Tell me about the flavor survey. Well, how'd you guys do that?
Oh my God. So we did like all of our flavors. We had 23 different rotating flavors. That's like, but I'm constantly adding new flavors because I can't pick just 5. And so we just wanted to dial in our flavors to do other things. And so we did like a Google sheet and then gave like over like thousands of like little packs out. And people went onto the Google thing and then picked them.
What their favorite one was?
Their favorite flavor. If they taste hash or, what was it taste like for you? So then we could like dial it in and like make sure that whatever people get is the best quality. Because with 23 different rotating flavors, we want to make sure like our high concoctions in the kitchen are on point.
What was the favorite of the flavors?
Well, there was like so many of them, but lemon was like a really good one. There was tangerine, which I was actually like really shocked at.
Tangerine's a good flavor.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we did for those ones. We did a cherry, which people really liked.
Yeah.
Lemon lime, which people really liked too. Pineapple was which actually shocked me because I didn't think it was going to be, but it was another high scorer. And blackberry, and my favorite is fig. So.
Oh wow, that's a cool one.
Like people don't like the fig, but I keep pushing for it.
They don't like the fig.
It's not they don't like it; it's not their favorite, and I think it's like the best.
I can see
flavor.
that. It's an interesting one. Has fig been in since day one?
Yes, and actually, the old buyer from Barbary Coast, Kip, is the one who told me to use that, and so.
Oh, nice. What were the first? What were the original flavors?
Oh yeah, well they were always. I just wanted to make rainbows every day.
Oh, okay.
So I just could never pick the flavors. So.
They're just all of them. All right. Well, now at this time, I always open it up for some questions. If anyone in the audience has questions for Wendy, this is a great time to ask them. And if not, we'll say our goodbyes and we will wrap this up.
Awesome.
No questions.
Yeah,
We did cover a lot, so I get it.
You got a question? Where do I get my inspiration?
Yes.
Like my inspiration for my imagination, like really, like it's really like just my imagination and I don't know, meditation. I don't even know where this shit comes from. I never thought I thought I was gonna be like own a clothing company or something.
If you gave her some time to think about that, she could think about it. It's not creatives get their inspiration from like so many different things, but I think it's important as a creative to like do these days where you're like, okay, I'm going to go to the museum and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And
growing up in Chicago, I had museums and, all that stuff too. Yes. I couldn't draw. I guess the glass artist, glass industry, like definitely like, you know, just seeing like the first oil rig by Scott Deppie, and then the glass gallery. My friend owned a glass gallery, Emerald Glass Gallery. Just being in Humboldt and just being around that, and that's what they did. They made art for a living, and I was like, I want to make art for a living, and they love what they do. They got to dab. We would just go, and they would smoke all of our oil, you know. And I was like, how can I do that? How can I like do what I love and make money at it?
Yeah, that is the dream. I mean, that really is.
And build, and then it's like then we have other people and support my family. Yeah, it's hard to get a job when you have a kid. You know, yeah, I had to take my kid to school and back to school. And
How old's your kid?
so I have a 21-year-old Atreyu.
Oh my God, I didn't think you
Yeah, so
were
Atreyu
9 years
seen
old or
everything.
something when you had him.
No, I'm 44. See,
Wow,
I
I
am
don't-
older than you.
We're not allowed to talk. You are, but not by much though.
Okay, cool. I will say my age. I'm grateful for it. So
That's
yes.
cool.
And then I'm an 8-year-old, Hezekiah. So
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
we homeschool.
Man, the kids are the best. They really give you a reason to wake up every morning, even if you don't want to.
That is true. That I'm not a waker. I'm not a morning person. I'm more of a night person.
I'm not a morning person at all.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Uh,
No, you're the 5 a.m. club, like working out. You know.
It's funny because like Caleb is the first person to fucking text me every morning, and it's like 6:30, and I'm like, fuck, dude. I'll look at my clock and it'll be like 7:30, and I'm like, I gotta get up so I can text him back so he doesn't think I'm sleeping past 8.
That's how I am with my team. My team starts at 7, and so that's how I feel about them too.
That's funny shit. All right, well, Wendy, thank you so much for coming up here with me and talking and telling your
Thank you
story. It
guys
was
for-
fucking very inspiring. Thank you guys for coming and listening. You know, this is a great woman. We need to all support more women in the business. So do what we can to fucking support them, buy their products, you know, lift them up. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the
Oh,
opportunity.
thank you.
It
Of course.
was awesome. Oh my God.